almost heaven. Not Huntington, Morgantown, or Charleston, West Virginia. All the way in San Diego, California for a hardwood meeting between the Thundering Herd and the Mountaineers for a spot in the Sweet 16. The 1-seed Villanova awaits in Boston. 13-seed Marshall from Conference USA. 5-seed West Virginia from the Big 12. Separated by just over 200 miles, and they meet more than 2,000 miles away from home. Debbie Antonelli, John Shriven, I'm Carter Blackburn, and this has a chance to be wild. And wonderful. And indeed it does, because you have the high-flying Marshall Thundering Herd who wants to shoot it and score, and one of the best defensive teams in college basketball, the West Virginia Mountaineers. Marshall has two 20-point-a-game scores with Elmore and C.J. Burks, the nation's leading shot blocker, and Aideen Penava. And the West Virginia Mountaineers, the most experienced backcourt in the tournament with Javon Carter and Daxter Miles Jr. So it is the Capital Classic in Cali. The Mountaineers and the Thundering Herd. John Elmore, number 33 in green. He is the key. Can he handle the pressure? Can he make enough shots? And can he distribute the basketball against the West Virginia press? Tap goes to Carter. He attacks off the opening tap. And 5 seconds in, Carter has the first bucket for West Virginia. And they're already trying to turn up the pressure. Penava brings it up for the Marshall Thundering Herd. That's your 6'9.5" center who can handle against the press. Who's a pick and pop, 3-point threat. Elmore tapped out of bounds. Carter got a hand on it. Javon Carter, the 2-time Big 12 Defensive Player of the Year, of course, draws the assignment on John Elmore. He just stalks defenders, does Javon Carter. He is the Defensive Player of the Year in the Big 12. West. Carter's going to bring it back. Javon Carter dominates the ball for West Virginia. He's got it in his hands right now. He dictates everything for Bob Huggins' team. That's an offensive foul. Send us back the other way. Our officiating crew, Randy McCall, Doug Schaus, and Paul Sells. The foul is on Miles. Obviously, if this game is called very physically, it favors West Virginia. They've got a little more depth. But Marshall is a speed and finesse team. Almost trapped it in the corner. Penava, the nation's leading shot blocker, handling it behind the back, bringing it up the floor. A weapon for the Thundering Herd. They will play with an empty block. They'll run 5 out. They score a lot of their points on cuts to the bucket. Great spacing. Dan D'Antoni wants layups, threes, and free throws. Elmore spins in, and John Elmore gets it started from the March Madness logo. A man with unlimited range from Charleston, West Virginia, John Elmore. That is a very comfortable, long triple outside the NBA mark. Miles can't answer. Jared West runs it down. 27 in each of the last 2 games for John Elmore. CUSA championship to get him here. Penava, 6'2", hot shooting start. A thundering start for the Herd. Penava might make more or take more threes in the first half than he has all season. The most he's taken is 8 in a game. I'm expecting him to really fill it up outside the arc. Canate faces up, fight for the rebound. That's a tie-up. Possession's going to give it back to Marshall. Now the strength of the offensive game for Bob Huggins' team is on the interior. You got to get Canate going. He's a tremendous rim protector on the defensive end, but he also is the back-to-the-basket scorer to put some pressure on Penava, the nation's top shot blocker. And how about the decision to have Penava handling it coming up the floor against West Virginia? West kick to the corner. Hot in San Diego for the Kelly green and white. If you can beat the first wave of pressure, Carter, backside scoring is open, and that fuels Marshall's offense. They love to shoot the Marshall has waited a long time for this. They got their first ever NCAA tournament win in the opening round, and now a chance to take on the Mountaineers to move on to the first Sweet 16 in program history. So 70 plus in 34 out of 35, and West Virginia, of course, much better when they hold opponents 69 or less.
Right away, Kanate looking to attack Penova. I think you got to get him going early, because you can see right now Penova helping against pressure, bringing the ball up the floor. He's their top shot blocker. If you can get him in foul trouble, that would be a big key for West Virginia.
Kanate and Penova are the top two shot blockers left in the tournament, 1 and 3 this year in the nation respectively. Burks attacks high off the window. Does the second miss from Marshall. Carter, eyes up, finds a cutting a mud, rejected from behind. The freshman Jansen Williams hustles back to get the block, nodding his head. Dan D'Antoni, Marshall grad, 4th season. First NCAA appearance since '87. Off the inbound, Burks pokes it away. Mountaineers will get it back.
As good as Marshall is on the offensive end, in their win and upset over Wichita State, I thought their defense was terrific. They funnel you into the shot blocker Penova, and they had terrific ball pressure. I thought that was a big difference in the game for Marshall.
Kanate, 9 to shoot, gets it to Carter. Takes the 3, long rebound into the hands of Williams. Marshall wants to run. Burks, all about the step back. West, the freshman.
Carter trying to deny Elmore catching, and then they go on the switch. Now Miles has John Elmore.
So past the 6'8 Miles, West creates for Elmore.
He's the kind of shooter that every time he looks and lines it up, you think it's going in.
You can hear the applause from the crowd here in the A's. Marshall fans and everyone else who's not pulling for the Mountaineers. Carter, the floater, spins in. Friendly roll for Javon Carter. Penova again bringing it up. 6'9 out of Sarajevo.
I'm surprised they don't try to run and jump him. That's something that West Virginia likes to do with their defense. They can make a decision with a basketball while he's trying to bring it up the floor.
Burks earns a trip to the free throw line. A hot shooting start for Marshall. 3 big threes, all of them assisted. The Mountain State matchup underway.